What the heck is going on, guys? How's everybody? Today we are back with another Summer's War Chronicle video. Today we're going to be going over the things you need to do daily, weekly, and monthly as a casual player. And then we're also going to let you know the important things if you're hardcore, but if you're hardcore, you probably already know. But we're going to let you know, for those of you who just log in for maybe an hour a day, what you should make sure that you prioritize doing. So number one, very first thing you should ever do for anyone when you come into the game is you go to the summoning altar and you go to the mystical scroll. You will have a free see next free summon in 8 hours and 45 minutes. So you want to make sure you do that very first thing. It resets every day at 3 a.m. So do that first. And then the second thing that you want to make sure that you clear is going to be your ruptures. So pretty easy. This one is audible for most people. And this one is like semi-audible. It's really easy, but you just have to like walk to each stage. And for the hardcores, you want to make sure you do this twice a day because you get 20,000 gold for your extra run. But again, if you're on a limited schedule, you're only going to want to do one thing there. And then the next thing is you want to make sure that you do your 3 guild missions every single week. So what's really important first for the contribution is the coins you can buy your cooking with. So that way you don't have to waste any time trying to gather materials or do anything for cooking, at least up till level 7. Master's a different story, but for the casual, you can buy your cooking out of here. And then you want to make sure you're looking at these rewards for your 3 dailies, and you want to choose a reward that's going to suit you. So don't worry so much about the rank, worry about the reward for yourself. So all these give guild points as well as what they say here. So like someone like me, I want to go for sky stones. Maybe you don't farm as much, maybe you want to go for some materials. Something like this, maybe, I don't know, maybe some gold, but yeah. So be sure you grab what you want out of there. That's important to do. And the next thing that's important that I think a lot of casuals are probably skipping out on is this special expedition. So you want to make sure you do
the other ones, the daily ones.
The daily ones are, yeah, these ones are super important. So you get 2 of these a day. The rewards you need out of here are very important. So you want to make sure you're clearing 2 of the highest level you can on this. If you are really strapped for time, do a lower level, but make sure you don't miss this every single day. And this one as well, if you do like a lower level, like maybe level 3, level 2, if you are like really strapped for time, make sure you just do your 21 runs quick on auto, because you really need these skill points and you need these bad boys here.
Magic core.
So again, like I don't recommend doing level 2, but if you struggle and you just need to do them in 15 minutes or whatever, it's better than not doing them at all. Obviously level 3, where you start getting the transcendence material, it would be best. And then 4 for the hardcores, if you have time, try to find a team that you can get that passes semi-frequently. I run I can't check, but I think it's Chloe, the monkey, but you can run the lizard. The fire lizard, but I run the fire monkey, and then I think I just run past that to live. But yeah, so make sure you're doing those. Those are super important. And then of course you want to make sure you do your 6 runs of this a day. You want to try to be doing runes if you don't need transcendence pieces from the other stuff. Obviously it's going to vary with like your account, but you want to do the runes. But if you don't have time to clear level 15, or you're not strong enough to clear level 15, I recommend doing subjugation or path of training just until you get strong enough to do level 15 there. Of course, sometimes like when you're super early, you're gonna have to run lower for runes, but
yeah, just so you can get strong enough to pass the higher levels.
But now, as a new player, once you hit level 60, you can farm legendary runes out of hero area. So I think that that's a better way to spend your time, to be honest, for rune farming, as opposed to running a lower dungeon. But yeah, so make sure you're doing that. And then of course, make sure you do your 3 a day for Carios. So that's bare minimum. And then of course, if you are hardcore, you want to make sure you're running all the tickets you have all the time, or saving them for events. You can save them for when events come up that require you to run Path of Training or Path of Growth. But yeah, you want to make sure you super stay on top of that. And again, if you're hardcore, maybe you're refreshing your 50 crystal one for the Path of Growth and your 100 crystal one for the Carios. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is if you're casual, try to log in like maybe around the field vent times or the battlefield / brawl arena times. These are really, really important to do. This is the one good spot to farm sky stones. So even as a casual, you're going to want to make sure that you're farming up your sky stones from here. And you also have to make sure that you do one a week of each of these. And I think weekly you might have to do like placement battles, which might be like
I think
5
it's
or
monthly.
yeah, which might be 5 or 10. But you want to make sure you get your placement battles done, and then you want to be doing at minimum one a day for the most part. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later, but yeah, make sure that you're logging in around the event times, the brawl times, and the battlefield times, just to try to maximize your time while online, because that stuff is time gated. So if you can only be on for an hour a day or 2 hours a day, it's probably good to be on during that stuff. And then the last thing I want to talk about in this is going to be your repeat requests. So if you're a hardcore, I recommend trying always to be at 0 or like relatively close to 0, at least under this 96, because it gets filled up every day.
20? 50 a day, right?
I thought it was 20. I think it's 20 a day, but it might be 50. I don't know. Let's say 20 to be conservative. But you're definitely this is gonna refill every single day. So you want to try to be super low. Well, you need transcendence pieces. You want to be farming this calming disturbance, in my opinion, for these, so that you can get your pieces that you need to transcend. As well, the breath of life is really nice. However, I'm a flex. I just got my transcendence 5. So I'm going to be starting to farm these ones for essences, because that's kind of a block I'm at right now, as well as these strings. But either way, these are the 2 that you want to be doing for your repeat requests. So for casual, I mean, try to do them when you can. You want to try to be doing at least, so this leads into my weekly / daily discussion. So if we go into here for daily challenges, so sorry guys, I already completed it today, but if you complete 3 repeat requests a day, you get 300 crystals. So casual players, you want to ensure that you're doing this, because that 300 crystals is really going to help you in your account. Or even if you are a hardcore and you're just taking a little breather right now, I recommend logging in and doing this. And so this is going to segue us into what we should be doing weekly. So you want to make sure you're doing your 12 repeat requests weekly for 600 gems. This is super important. Obviously, logging into the game is super easy to do. You get a raid ticket for this, so that's good. And then there's one more here that's super important.
There it is.
Where?
That one. The middle one. That one. Yeah, that one.
Oh, this guy's don't. Yeah, sorry. So as we were just talking about there, the Brawl Arena and Challenge Arena, I said to try to at least do one a day. You want to make sure there's one day a week, maybe like your Saturday or Sunday or whatever your day you're off work. You want to make sure you get up to 15 Challenge or Brawl Arenas at the bare minimum, to make sure you're getting is it 3,000 Sky Stones per week? I thought it was 5, but that looks like a 3.
Yeah, that's up 3,000.
3,000 per week. And again, if you are able to, you should try to do 3 a day so that you get, I don't know where it is, but you get 500 Sky Stones. Whoa. So you want to make sure you do that. And something I do want to talk about with the weekly and daily challenges. So I understand as a casual, it might be hard to do like all of them. But if possible, you want to try to do 10, like pick the 10 you want to do, in order to make sure that you get these 50 things here towards your Summoner's Pass, because I think as a casual it's going to be really hard to get this Devilmon. So if that is something you care about or you're on a break, try to just take a look at these daily challenges every day and do your easier ones. And with that being said, the first thing I want to talk about with weeklies is clearing out your weekly raids. So as you guys know, everything in Summer's War Chronicle has kind of went to more of a weekly type clear. So if I go to raids here, these 2 are still daily, the Reed Hill and Butterfly Tomb. So you want to do those every day. They're really fast auto content. And then all of this has turned to 3 a week. So Foggy, White Castle, Boiling Waterfall, and even Twisted Mars, which I was surprised that it wasn't daily.
Yeah.
But so you want to make sure you're doing this weekly. And one thing you can do to help like your dailies if you don't have time is maybe one day you do your Foggies, one day you do your White Castle, one day you do your Boiling, and one day you do your Marshes or something. And that's going to help you every day clear out your elite raids and help you do some of your daily quests. But obviously, of course, if you're casual, maybe you might just do these all in the day you have
The most time.
the most time. But if you can try to like spread it out a little bit, it can help you finish out some of those requests. So make sure that you are doing that. And then still going on the weekly, I know we kind of already talked about it, but I want to just reiterate, whenever you have some spare time, really try to make sure you're doing this battlefield. Sky stones are super, super important. And then again, we already covered the 15 arena and brawls for the weekly. Another thing that is going to be a weekly that is in the raid spot is Seal. So Seal, you can run 2 a week. So if you're casual, you want to make sure you're running your 2 a week. If you're hardcore, I highly recommend refreshing on this. I believe it is worth the crystals. Maybe that'll end up being bad advice, but I don't really think summoning with crystals is worth it. So yeah, I think that you should be refreshing this and saving your crystals for if we ever get that shop that the Korea server has.
Yeah.
I really want that shop, but anyway. So yeah, those are important, and that's pretty much it for the, oh, and sorry, one more thing for the weeklies, my bad, actually really important, is you want to make sure you do your hero area. So if you're casual, you want to make sure you're for sure doing this on your main, at the bare minimum. Banff, listen guys, listen. If you don't do Banff, like, no one blames you right now, okay? 12 a.m.? Nah. Okay? But try to do your Banff, if you can. It is just this though, right? That's it? Just the 25 rune pieces?
And the leather that he drops is special.
Oh, the leather's the issue because the costume. Yeah. But yeah, so that kind of sucks. But make sure you're doing this on your main at minimum. And again, if you're a hardcore, you want to be doing it on your alts as well. So this week I did it on my Orbia and my Cleef. Hopefully in the next week or two, my Kino will be ready as well. And I'll be doing it on her as well. So, but yeah.
At least kill 30 guys in each part of the zone. It gives you really good rewards.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold just for like AFK farming essentially once you get strong enough. So.
Yeah, you can do that easily by yourself.
So yeah, that's pretty important. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is kind of like a monthly sort of thing. It's more just things that you want to make sure you're keeping on top of as you're playing, even as a casual. So you want to be using some of your spare time in the game for these things. So first is Trial of Ascension. So every single month, I'm assuming, that's how it seems so far, Trial of Ascension is going to reset. So at bare minimum as a casual, you want to make sure you auto as far as you can. Auto as far as you can on normal and as far as you can on hard. Obviously, if you have spare time, you should try to push this. It's not too difficult considering, I don't know how many people put Sky Arena in the beginning, but from what I hear, it was really hard in the beginning. And like, even when I started, I think it took me like 5 or 6 months to beat their hard mode. And yeah, this one's a lot easier. So I recommend trying to push on this for sure. And then another thing that's not as big of a deal because it doesn't reset monthly, it's like forever, is the spires, but you want to make sure you're working on this in your spare time as well when you are done all your dailies and all your weeklies and things like that. And then we kind of already mentioned it before too, but I do believe there's placement battles every month for these 2 arenas. So you want to make sure...
I think it's just Challenge Arena. I think it's the first week of every season.
Which is month usually, weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, there's you have to do placement battles.
And I will say, even as casual, definitely try to be like refreshing this all the time when you are logged in order to try to maximize your points, because it's just like free crystals here, right? So
and with the auto battle feature, you can go through lists really quick.
Yep. And I think every half an hour you can refresh.
Yeah.
If you're a pass buyer, I think it's every 10 minutes, but that's not going to be the casuals. I don't think. And then, of course, there's these events. Now, listen, I'm not going to say to break your back over these events, but they are relatively easy to do, and there's some really good rewards. So if I go in here on this one, 100,000 Sky Stones, like, this has been one of their best rewards for this.
Just for, like, plussing up some runes and hitting them in.
Now, mind you, this cost me, I think, like, 16,000 Sky Stones, because I didn't just have +9s chilling, but maybe that's my fault. And then, yeah, some gold and stuff here, so pretty good. So I recommend checking this out every month and trying to work towards it a little bit. If you just, like, hold on to your gear and stuff that you get sometimes, make sure you hold on to some blues, some purples, things like that. It'll make these events easier.
Well, this last one was all purples, I'm pretty sure, in legendaries for the gear, right?
Yep. So, yeah, make sure you're checking that. And, of course, there's other events that you always want to be checking in on when you're playing like all these events, you want to make sure. Actually, I haven't checked it on this one in a while. This one's the weird one. Let's go check. This one is requiring a lot of daily play, kind of. Let's load it up quick.
If you do all your daily stuff, you have to do 14 extra Path of Growth.
Yeah, see, I don't think I've done stuff every day. But yeah,
You're
there's
3 points off, so it depends how many points you've got today.
Oh, I don't receive this, but
No, it's like buggy. See, it'll take a while to come through.
So yeah, you want to make sure you're doing this too. This is lots of good rewards here. I'm pretty excited. I got a bunch of rewards here. I'm not going to do this for you guys on stream. This is being really slow. But I think we're going to end it there. Chetta, do you have anything to add?
The exchange piece.
Oh, you're right. How could I forget? This is a daily thing that you want to be doing, especially the casual. Oof, I really wish I said this more at the beginning of the video. No one watches this far. But you really want to make sure you're checking your exchange shop every single day in order to buy the mons you need. So today I bought some Valkyrie pieces. I thought about buying this, but Chetta said no.
And another thing is just like the general shops, like the arena shop.
Yeah, that's a weekly. So I always use Arena to get into it because I'm lazy. But if you go to Arena shop, you can make sure you're buying your stuff here every week.
They're all the one because we bought them all. Oh, it's so expensive. Don't buy that. 1 for 20. See?
I know, but
Yeah, make sure you're buying your Pirate
5-star Devimon and Pirate
Captains.
Captain, yeah.
And then from the guild shop, I think it's the this one's got the 2 Devilmons a month for brawls.
See, I bought the 4-stars here, and then I realized I probably didn't need these as much as I think I did, so I kind of chilled because I got a lot back from
I went through most of mine.
Oh, did you? I haven't.
This one has the Cobalt Bomber, right? Yeah,
Yep,
and the Light and Dark Scroll every month.
And again, as casual, this is where you can buy your. I'm not even casual. Everyone should buy their cooking out of here. Like, I'm like dumbass. Like I did these once, and then I'm like,
Those
ooh.
ones are so easy.
I was like, what? You can buy it? So yeah, then I bought it. So that's cool. And then
This one has
the Kumar.
monks.
And then you should, I really think you should probably be buying it for every character, but I'm a bad person. I just bought it for her this month.
I bought mine for every character. And
I did the first week.
I haven't even
but-
started playing on Orbia yet.
But, so yeah, maybe that. And then this is going to cost you a lot of Sky Stones as you progress in your battlefields, but there also is the monthly stuff here as well.
The monthly stuff in the shop's not so great.
See, this is worth it for me because I'm sitting on so many anyway because I don't really want to buy crap. So yeah. But yeah, then you get your night purchases, your one-time purchases, so that's good. You can buy outfits in here. Don't buy the tools. Don't buy anything in here for Sky Stones. Don't
Just
do
use
it.
your gold.
Yeah, I'll kill you if you use your Sky Stones. Personally.
I
And
wish they
then
sold the legendary pickaxe. There.
Yeah. And then this, like, honestly, I just save my coins for when events come around and I buy what I need. But yeah. And then this is your raid exchange shop. So again, if you're a hardcore, you can be doing your raids every single day. So you do all 3 on Monday, plus an additional one for support. And then you run your support battles every single day. So that is something important to be doing for the new gear. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Chetta. That's very important. Was that everything? Yeah, I didn't miss anything else.
Don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay, we appreciate you guys. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to go claim my rewards from that event. Make sure you are too. And we will catch you guys in the next one.